Welcome back. Ibra saw those wonderful PNG. Oh my god, he's not even late. Oh my god. I was about to say Ibra saw those pictures of Thresh and realized he had something to do, and then you just came right back in here immediately on time. We do have a game 4 out ahead. Ibras, don't give me that look. You've just walked into the stream. ANEW Esports versus FrostFire, the semi-finals with $15,000 on the line. My name's TJ, joined apparently by Ibras. How are you doing?
Yeah, I am doing pretty well, thank you, TJ. Of course, very hard to run with analysis of how Game 3 went, considering we didn't see half of it, but at the same time, pretty happy with the FrostFire victory, because it does mean we have a series on our hands to see who will claim that final position in the final.
Oh, we've got something exciting here today. This is a client draft screen in the wild. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not see these often. They are only pulled out in the case of extreme technical difficulty, which is what we've got on our hands here today, Chris.
You gotta love it. So many missions to be found in the bottom right.
Oh my god, he's got
Probably
so many
saying,
missions.
Do your
Lord, what are you
dating sim.
doing? Lord, you could have Thresh call you daddy. Or the inverse. I don't know, it depends what you're into. Karma will be our first pick over here on the left side, which is ANEW Esports in blue. Red side will be your boys in red. The boys on FrostFire, who just brought a game back to bring us here to game 4.
Yeah, now looking at this blind pick Shen right out of the gate, whether that's Rodov on the Karma yet again, still not entirely convinced that Quas can pull this one off. It feels like FrostFire went from a winning formula with that draft of 5v5 largely around their top laner intelligently choosing when to join these fights. Actually the Rumble Band does suggest this may actually be Shen's support. Dean expanding his pool from the Enchanters into something a little bit feisty. Yeah, teamfight mages banned out across the board does mean probably going to be a Shen support.
Fascinated to see that. Okay, we do get the Jinx again. If that is not top lane Shen, then we are seeing Dean off of the Enchanter for the first time.
Not only that, but
and
look,
this would also be a draft where the Sona is still available and Dean didn't pick it, if that's what comes through.
Wait, they're drafting in order. They definitely decided on these picks earlier.
All right,
and then
we're just replaying earlier
throughout
drafts.
random bands. Yeah, 100%.
Sona will come through, and nothing is too alarming. That's actually huge, I think, that FrostFire get that Sona Jinx bot lane again, because I credit it a lot with their success in that last game. That was what first stopped the dives from ANEW.
Now
ANEW do get a bit of a carry in their mid laner, though that'll be 5-fire onto the Lissandra, as well as Shoryu getting himself a Kai'Sa, making this a 10 times scarier draft than they had previously.
Yeah, Kai'Sa Nort, of course, the terror of Worlds 2018. That bot lane, super huge on the scaling and the hard engage, and really good at fighting on demand. Now pair that with a Nocturne and a Lissandra, who will of course be diving into the enemy backline themselves, and you have this really formidable composition that can just turn on the aggression in the blink of an eye. Looking on the other hand though, from FrostFire, you have that 1-3-1 of the Shen plus LeBlanc. No more pressure to be proactive early like you saw with the Jace. Instead, you can now just see them wait for their level 6, wait for their spikes, and they have, yeah, that kind of riskier 1-3-1 from before, but also some of the key components of that winning 5v5 from our previous game in the J4 and the Jinx.
Man, Dean has done an incredible job of getting Enchanter supports in a draft where you would think ANEW would start to get rid of them. And I am not sure whether or not it's that ANEW just in no way think that's a problem, or it's that they're, FrostFire are forcing them to prioritize other bans, but it is wild to me that Dean and Lotos get this Sona Jinx lane again after last lane.
Honestly, I don't think the Sona is too difficult to deal with in lane. It's just the issue of, they can 2v8 a fight later on if things go crazy. That being said, though, you do have the spell shield from the Nocturne. You have, that reliable sustain from the Lissandra plus Karma committing to these fights, and just, the consistent DPS there, really difficult to deal with. pair that with the burst of the Nocturne Kai'Sa and FrostFire, yes, they have a really fantastic team fight if they can execute on it with the 1-3-1, but again, they're against a ton of hard engage, so when will they find time to split push and ANEW pack a couple of single target bursts down the enemy AD carry to really shut down this composition before it can get started?
You know, normally I lean on this chair while I'm in game and it's out of shot over out of game. And then I heard pushing face cams and I was like, oh no, I'm still leaning on the chair. And it was an awful thought, and that's all I've got to share, Empress. I agree that this draft looks good for FrostFire. I think that they are going to have the same problems they had previously. Oh, this side. And I suspect that we're going to have a repeat of games 1 and 2 in terms of the aggression. You're not going to see ANEW pause for even a moment here. Because that better be to stream, or I'm going to be disappointed.
That is going to stream, yes.
Okay, thank you. Hold up, let me... Oh, actually, that's pretty lined up with my mouse.
I know.
That's pretty powerful, Empress.
Genius.
Wow.
Thank you.
Anyway.
That side, yeah. Analyzing the comps, you know, but when has this game been going the way we thought it would? Honestly, just pull the trigger on a fight any point of the game, bloodbath from the get-go. It's been one hell of a series so far, and looks to continue to deliver.
The problem with games 1 and 2, I need to not shift that way or I am behind the text you have, thank you. The problem with games 1 and 2 was that ANEW were able to immediately shut down the bot lane presence. And as soon as they did, as soon as ANEW were constantly re-ganking bot lane, FrostFire were just completely out of the game. Or are you drawing me wings? I thought that was vaguely phallic, but this is vaguely majestic instead.
See?
You don't want to see me when I hit level 17 in the top lane.
Haha!
Haha!
Kale mechanics, baby.
I said Kale joke.
Oh, we're in client and now we're waiting for the 3 minutes to load into game. I realized why we
Did
have
you not?
this
Yes,
time.
I thought that's why you were drawing. I thought that's
moved.
why you were... Oh my god! Ibris!
I know. What's your
You
flaming
shouldn't.
sword?
Here. Oh,
Alright.
down a bit. Oh, this is dangerous. I should not be holding up. Okay, very good. Very good. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm a huge fan of this.
Pushing
look at these
matchups. I need to clear the pen. Alright, it's gone.
Producer Lauren says, get that off the screen real quick.
Alright, back at the matchup screen. Honestly, yeah, pretty standard. We kind of looked at this earlier, but honestly, okay, take a look at it from perspective of lane phase. Karma, no, let's not. All right. Karma, wait. Oh no, Lauren has control of the mouse again. Okay.
Oh, you didn't send the wings to stream. Ibris, you never sent the halo to stream or the wings or the flaming sword.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was your best dart yet.
It was.
I'm so sad. Anyway, welcome to game. ANEW playing FrostFire as we start the things off. FrostFire did bring back that last one. As we talked about, it was through the stabilization in their bot lane, in addition to Quas being able to win top. Do you think those win conditions will be repeated?
Yeah, we mentioned about that bot lane in particular just really coming up huge for the side of FrostFire, and you said you were a little concerned that they got their hands on those champions again. However, I've highlighted here with this fantastic pen tool that the Karma Lissandra win lane so convincingly that this Nocturne should be able to just farm up through the early game pretty much untouched and then just become that bullet of death with his eyes on Lobos time and time again. The job of the LeBlanc is to kill this Nocturne while he hard commits, or kill the Kai'Sa while she hard commits, and the job of everybody else on ANEW is to just support the carries in their backline dives. On the other hand, you have FrostFire. Yeah, we mentioned that LeBlanc needs to kill the hard commitments while Jinx does her thing. Everyone else, protect the Jinx, protect Jinx, protect the Jinx.
And we did see that work out previously.
Control O? Is it O? No, just press O. No control, just O. Lauren.
Oh no. I'm not entirely sure what Empress is trying to get our producer to do, but we will...
Open the scoreboard.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
One of our problems with that protect the... Okay. One of our problems with that protect the Jinx comp is that this early game is so rough. Like, Jinx does just nothing until the 10-minute mark.
Oh.
Although, Lobos does win this early trade handily. They are playing into a Kai'Sa. I think Kai'Sa is a lot weaker than last time she was meta. I think Kai'Sa kind of struggles mid-late game, especially compared to something like a Jinx, who is just an absolute monster right now.
Yeah, honestly, just look at the fact that this Jinx has a strong early game, has a strong late game. She has a bit of a mid-game lull relative to other AD carries, very similar to Caitlyn in that regard, where, yeah, 2 items, she's fine, but nothing compared to the spike that the Kai'Sa will have. And honestly, we're looking at a lot of proactivity here.
Oh! Kitsuo ready. FrostFire in trouble as a result. Very good intercept from Kitsuo.
Yeah, the thing being that, of course, the Sands rule of perma-push, she'll always be exposed, but LeBlanc very limited in her responses. And then, yeah, perma-push top as well. Just top side of the map, pretty much under full control of Mike Young here, but return gank, no call yet.
Oh, there it is. The path takes FrostFire out. He beats this well, and Mike Young stays. First blood in the mid lane will go to FrostFire off the back of a beautiful glacial path escape from FrostFire.
Yeah, handsome counter gank coming through from Mike Young here. Gives a little bit of breathing room to the bot lane of FrostFire to push back. But what else can they do? Flash WQ!
Oh my god! He will die, but it's an execute, so FrostFire gets away with 2 kills to his name. Still looking like an absolute nutcase in Game 4.
Yeah, now you just have Winter fishing for a hook onto the squishy bot lane targets. Honestly, Kitsuo, once you fail that first gank on the J4, it's going to be, let me farm up to our team fight because I'm behind and can't actually threaten too much of anything. Top lane, no man's land, Karma, ungankable, Shen not really something you want to gank for. And honestly, I'm not super thrilled with the fact we have FrostFire just putting Quas into an awful lane like that. Kitsuo is still going to fish for a gank. It's not going to be too great.
Oh, maybe. Diving Shoryu. Not quite what they wanted, and Shoryu absolutely loads up Kitsuo. Dropping his HP. Enough that he decides that's not a fight he'd like to get on. Very hard to gank Nautilus lanes early.
Yeah, clean execution by Winter, by the way, just to actually hook the J4 out of the flag and drag. You don't really see that too often. Typically you'll see the Thresh Flay or something like that. But yeah, good mechanical play from the support of ANEW. That being said though, pleasantly surprised that Kitsuo is making the magic happen elsewhere, or rather attempting to, after, as we mentioned, having to cede his entire topside jungle just because of the way the solo lanes are panning out.
Oh my god. I'm just so terrified of FrostFire. Every time we look back in this lane, I expect them to find another pick, and this is really rough for Hunky Savage, who's normally the aggressive bully mid laner. FrostFire will finally get caught out here. Surely there's no way out of this one. Hunky Savage reads the glacial path. FrostFire ought to go down here. Doesn't have flash and doesn't have an escape. So there you go. FrostFire able to extinguish a little bit of FrostFire's flame. He's 4.5 fire now.
Mike Young now trying to catch out Kitsuo, who of course trading back on the bot side camps because his top side is gone. He very well may join his top side jungle in the graveyard here with a TP coming through from FrostFire.
I'm glad to see a little bit of a return there onto FrostFire, and you did see that TP, but nothing came of it. They knew that ward was down.
Mike Young.
Savage was kiting away. This is a dangerous play from Mike Young. This is a dangerous play from Mike Young because, as you point out, Shoryu is way back there in lane. No way to meaningfully contribute. Off the back, Hunky Savage will arrive in lane, loses a few CS, nothing more.
Yeah, really solid return to the map from ANEW here after a little bit of a shaky play through that execution play. FrostFire, though, still behind on every neutral objective contest, it feels like. As we said, top lane, mid lane, going to be in their favor. Instead now, they're playing through bot. after forcing the FrostFire bot lane into a reset of their own.
Drake will get scooped up. That's in the news pocket. That's one. He's in trouble in the meantime, but he's got the backup. Savage misses though. And Rodolph is right here to take the fight. Extend it as long as he can. It is not long enough to get FrostFire in here. Classes stand united to make sure of that. Mike Young is nearby as well. Oh, just short from Heike. FrostFire would like the return into this, and I keep waiting for him to Glacial Path, but 3v2 at this game state, it's crazy enough that even he won't die them.
To be fair, I think at this point of the game, the J4 is already relegated to Cannon Minion tier. But yeah, it would be unnecessarily greedy even if they do have the tools to make a convincing pick. This comp, or rather the Lissandra plus the Nocturne, aren't about necessarily just banging their heads into the 5v5 that the Jarvan likes to opt into. Rather, find a pick and then snowball through that. Or if you see the Shen LeBlanc try to execute 1-3-1 on the side lanes, pull the trigger on a big engage. Didn't touch on it in Champ Select, but Nocturne completely trashes Shen because if you Paranoia to predict out the Stand United, he can't press R.
Oh, good hook. Good hook, but Dean's there. The healing keeps Lobos a decent HP. He trades well with Shoryu. Really good presence of mind to focus Shoryu in the midst of all of that.
Good presence of mind, but could they triumph? I always forget
I like
what's
it
on that
because
tier.
those are both rune names, Ibris, and so you're making a pun.
What is the third rune on that tier, TJ? League of Legends pop quiz for you.
I don't know.
Chat can also help.
We've been going a long time, Ibris. My brain is 0% capacity.
It's been half League of Legends, half Let's Roll with me.
Yeah. And you know what? Something about all your Sonic fan art has just put my brain out of commission. Double invade down here. Kitsuo will lead the way, and that's a good Cataclysm. Winter's in trouble, but it is Winter who's in trouble. They'll pick up the support probably here. I'm not sure that's exactly what FrostFire wanted, though. Only the kill onto Winter, and in the meantime, FrostFire is taking a turret place in mid.
Honestly, this is 2 commitments in a row now from FrostFire where they've had the onus on a rotation relative to ANEW. And this is weird because ANEW's jungler has a semi-global ultimate. The Paranoia, the Nocturne, should be able to pull the trigger much sooner than the J4. And yet it's FrostFire again here.
Paranoia in, FrostFire still focused down bottom. That's a great stun from the ulti. And Mike Young is completely cancelled on the engage. Very, very well played by Dean, keeping everyone up. And ANEW are stymied again, unpredicted.
Okay.
I'm not sure where that's going.
Oh, it's going to base. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I was hyped.
No, it's not going to base. It was like vaguely hunting a jungle camp, I think, if he'd been doing Krunks.
Kinda, yeah. But also, you can't really get it past the Nocturne Nautilus hitbox at this rate. And yeah, honestly, that first Paranoia that we see, that's super impactful. Shen ult denial, which is up in 10 seconds, by the way. 15 probably, but hey. Used, blown, they don't get anything for it. In fact, they almost lose their jungler's life. Mike Young has to flash out, and suddenly ANEW may find themselves taken to 5 games if they do continue to fumble the way that they have so far.
I'm a little bit concerned for ANEW because this has been a really, really passive game by their standards. And again, FrostFire have that hyperscale bot lane. If we go long, I think we may see a long run back, a game 5 again here today.
Could very well, and I am quaking. Then again, I'm also kind of here for it. You know, we love a series, but at the same time, ah, man, my prediction is out of the window. My brain is out the window. Everything is out the window except
It's understandable. It's been a wild day here at Challenger's Uprising. This turret will be experiencing some of that wild energy. It's about to go down. That doesn't stop Hunky Savage from engaging. Goes all the way in, loses the turret anyway. In the meantime, FrostFire are trying to get similar damage dealt down bottom. Now will he hook in? Shoryu has no backup here. In fact,
Killer
the closest jungler will be, oh my lord, the full engage. That's going to be down from the Stand United. Here comes Mike Young. The Paranoia was spent. Shoryu already down. This fight surely is already lost. Kitsuo did come down. As I said, he was originally the closest jungler to this fight. And he makes sure that Mike Young will not be able to get anything too dicey there.
That was actually fairly smooth execution from FrostFire. I think Kitsuo could have pulled the trigger on a Cataclysm commitment. In the end, he doesn't, but they still get a lot of gold, a lot of momentum. But because of this desynced recall timer, because they chose to kind of half commit instead of either booking it out or fully going in and sacrificing their pieces to get a double kill again, they just kind of get caught recalling, resetting, and give away a free Ocean Drake, pushing them one step closer to getting Dragon Souled at the 22-minute mark. TJ, you kind of lag for me. Not gonna lie, my brother. It is me solo casting yet again. Happy days. Yep. Good to hear from you all. This series is just throwing me to the wolves time and time again. FrostFire now just committing with his bot lane. Of course, you have a solid window of opportunity to pressure this lane while the crescendo's on cooldown. Honestly, still happy to see the Nautilus Kaisar duo make a return after 2018 Worlds.
Test.
They go all in, they hard commit. You're a little laggy, but I can hear you now, so beautiful. Take it away,
We'll
Teach.
take it. We'll take it as a win. Let me know if it stays worse.
Kind of bad.
Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll keep myself quiet then, and we'll hope for the best over the course of the series. We'll get it fixed in between. Remember when I said I wonder if there's anything else that could go wrong here tonight?
I'm flawless. I'm just gonna say that.
I really do regret that.
It's all good.
Quast up here is in trouble. He'll be able to hide as far as he can behind the second tier turret. FrostFire, in the meantime, are focusing down this bot lane, continuing to power farm as much as they can into Kitsuo's pocket.
Not only Kitsuo, of course, but they're funneling gold into Lobos on this Jinx, the hyper carry later on. Again, we said Nocturne, Ballistic Missile to the back line. You have Kaisar diving in to follow up on Nautilus engage. Lissandra in there too. Everything is just going to be single targeting down this Jinx, while Sona, while Shen, while everyone else tries to peel. Paranoia!
Oh dear. They've got him. There's no way out. This will be another pickup. Mike Young is dropped quite low by the rocket in from Lobos. But that will mean the turret goes down. ANEW gets something back after a relatively quiet mid-game phase.
Yeah, really good execution from ANEW there to punish the fact that FrostFire had desynced recalls. You know, no one was on the board besides Quast. Standing under a tier 1 turret at this stage of the game, kind of risky. You know, Drake is down, so of course the enemy team have no reason to be bot at that moment in time. And yeah, something back finally for ANEW. If they're gonna continue with this comp, if they're gonna have that consistent backline access to deny Lobos reset after reset, they need to continue to push in this early game and really punish the Jinx before she comes truly online.
A very, very strong game in the bot lane from FrostFire, though, which was what brought them game number 3 of this series. It kept them alive, and now it's got to bring them further. Lobos, as you say, has arrived in this mid-game. This is going to be a teamfight terror at this point, Sona Jinx.
Definitely does mean that once we hit that mid-game, we're gonna see this bot lane really come into prominence. You have the front-to-back execution, J4 forward, Sona forward, Shen forward, LeBlanc picking off whoever decides to overcommit onto her AD carry, and it looks really good for FrostFire right now. Issue is, if they continue to trade random kills, it's going to be a little bit shaky. Mike Young fishing for a flank, no paranoia quite yet though.
Oh, there's a good hook. He may not need it. TP will come through as well. Dean is holding on to the ulti. There it goes. Lobos finds the turn opposite. Winter's down early. Paranoia will be spent. Mike Young just burns down though. Hey, double kill and misses that fight to Lobos, and it keeps going. High key damage forces the Frozen 2. FrostFire back to max HP, and as a result, Quast gets dropped down. FrostFire will find that kill. Lobos has to flash away. No HP, but he still shuts down FrostFire.
Quast with the random commitment again.
Oh my god!
Oh, FrostFire. It looked so good for them to start with. The issue is ANEW got the paranoia down 6 seconds where Shen couldn't join the fight because Stand United, everything is dark. Don't know where your team is. Can't press that ult. And it means that the numbers advantage, despite Winter dropping immediately, was still evened out. And it meant there was potential turnaround, a little bit of awkward position to fight in. Sona without ult at this point. By the way, Sona with A, no ultimate, and B, Zeke's on cooldown because she has no ultimate. Basically, a champion with no spells and no items. Okay, that was feisty. But yeah, FrostFire, they have a lot of front-loaded commitment outside of the Jinx, and if the key spells aren't hitting, they are kind of doomed.
Killer Instinct is up. I want to flag that before the fight begins. As Savage goes in. Oh my god, just instantly gone. Winter forced into stage. FrostFire trying to change the fight, and he too will get blasted down. Forced into the frozen tomb. He's going to get shut down immediately afterwards. Bodor is just shoving the back lines, and him and Hikey Savage will chunk store you down. Lobo contributing with a very well placed death rocket, and all of a sudden, Ibris, FrostFire are dominating. They take the Drake, they force ANEW back, and this could completely shake up how this series, how our playoffs go.
Oh.
Sure, you will fall here. There's no two ways about it.
Lobos get a decent cleanup to start that fight off, but it is Hikey Savage who continues to be a threat on this LeBlanc. Assassination left and right, pickups left and right, and Kitsuo ensuring more of that is to come. Mike Young!
Good paranoia in, that's a big shutdown. Lobos finally falls, that means this fight should be hopeless. Dean is dead weight and will be cut loose. Oh no, this is an awkward TP. Will arrive. Quas spends the TP, doesn't pay for it with his life, but does pay for it with his summoner spell, which is now down.
Every Quas TP this series has been an awkward TP. FrostFire win that engagement, win the Mountain Drake, but they overcommit for mid priority. They don't respect the fact that Paranoia is on such a slim cooldown, thanks to 20% CDR between the core fields and the warrior kind of hiding in other core fields inside it. And just really back and forth right now. Quas?
Quas may have some, vengeance. Flash after. Death Rocket goes flying past, but it doesn't matter. Shoryu goes down. Quas earns... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've sorted it out. I can't hear myself, so that bit's not sorted out, but I'm sure it'll be fixed. I'm going to power through this. This is a demonstration of my casting skill. I can hear myself on a long delay, and it's not even bothering me. We've gone back to a secondary feed, and we're right into action. FrostFire in huge trouble here, and they are wiped by the firm engage. But watch this backline. Hikey Savage looking for the damage onto Rodov, and he's got the root. That's the turn they needed. FrostFire hold a spectacular team fight there in the midline. And that may save everything.
Quas was picking up the Gromp. Such a huge swing in favor of FrostFire off of that play. A 5v4 initiated by ANEW gets turned around in their face. FrostFire come out ahead. FrostFire continue to push with this. And, oh, by the way, they got Baron in that delay while we were paused.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, I didn't have a chance to adjust. I can, think now, because I can't hear my own voice.
Wait, should I just mute you on...
Yes,
wait,
I just muted the feed tab to us. That solved my problem.
Wait, how?
Volume mixer in Windows. It's high technology, Everest. So we did get back in this. I apologize again for the tech issues. It has been a wild day for us. I believe producer Joe has just actually passed away now. So if we could get, best wishes for his family, that would be good, because that final feed that we just lost was like the very last part of producer Joe that was in this broadcast. So he's just gone. FrostFire aren't, though. As you mentioned, Ibris, we somehow did see a Baron passed over to them during that delay. And all of a sudden, they are in firm control of this game. We saw the one team fight they were winning just as the feed cut out. And the second, they're 17-8 now in the kill feed.
QSS now completed for Lobos does mean this Jinx has a little bit extra safety as well. Kaisar not truly online quite yet, needs the Rage Blade, needs the stacks. It's looking really good for FrostFire if they continue to pressure their lead in the foreseeable future. So here's the fight though.
Oh! Killer Instinct, sure, you just finds the kill, and that's what they needed. ANEW somehow, in its wild positioning, get a 1-1 trade, and they just go on the base. Oh my god! They
ANEW
take out
doing it,
Hikey
actually.
Savage, and ANEW just backstab. They're going to be able to remove an inhib turret. Here come FrostFire, looking to pin them in, but I don't think they can win this fight. Not if
3v4.
FrostFire does that. It's a huge ult from Dean. That finds the turn. FrostFire shut down. TP will come in. Winter's down as well. Huge plays from Dean. Good backup from Lobos. And Shoryu and Mike Young are just trying to escape, trying to survive, while Quas hunts them down.
Yeah,
Shoryu.
Quas on the hunt here. Shoryu can navigate this a little bit because he has his flash, some breathing room. Doesn't want to flash though. He's dead either way. Sees it, knows it. Mike Young is actually delaying himself here, trying to turn that. Could have recalled.
But he chose not to. ANEW's overconfidence again maybe showing there, as it's another major team fight to FrostFire. They do lose an inhib for that privilege, but I think they will take that trade any day of the week.
Yeah, this is just not the look that we were hoping for on the side of ANEW. Yes, they make the decisive call to get that mid inhib after finding a good pick onto Hikey Savage, who tried to flank from a ward, but same time, it's just a rough sequence of events.
We are going to keep our eyes, I think, on ANEW's mid laner FrostFire, because he is possibly the only hope in this game. For the team that we had slated to go all the way to the grand finals. It wasn't even a conversation yesterday when I kind of mentioned, FrostFire is probably going to be in the finals versus 100 Thieves. That was just something I said, and everyone accepted it as gospel. And now FrostFire have brought ANEW potentially to Game 5 for the second time in our semifinals. And this time it's them with the lead as we head into it.
My only concern for FrostFire right now, as this game does go on longer, is that this 3-item spike for the Jinx is beautiful. Yes, it's the place we wanted her to be, but when you go QSS and Phantom Dancer, that's 2 utility items on your only damage threat. That's not going to stop FrostFire from doing this, though.
Good Cataclysm in. Oh my lord. Mike Young's just gone again, and Shoryu's completely split for this fight as the rest of his team's cleaned up. Where's Shoryu? Where's FrostFire? They're nowhere to be seen. They're off playing the dating sim, Ibris. They're in the main menu trying to get Thresh to call them daddy, and as a result, they can't play the video game. Shoryu's just going to get annihilated again, all alone, although I don't really approve of the time FrostFire are wasting. He finds a kill. What? That's a massive pickup. He should get picked up eventually. It'll be Dean to secure the kill, as he has done so many times over. But FrostFire will get this Baron.
Yeah, FrostFire, with that teamfight pickup, managed to transition their lead to a mid-tier 2. Looked like they were looking for the inhib, looked like they were looking for the end, but because Shoryu found a good pick, as well as buying enough time, it leads FrostFire to, while they don't close, they get the Baron, and that should still be the game. We are going the distance in our second semi-final. 2 nights in a row. Rest in peace, my sleep schedule. Rest in peace, your heart, TJ. Rest in peace, your predictions. We are going to Game 5 if FrostFire continue to put up this pressure.
They could end, but FrostFire haven't managed to close the deal yet, and we know better than to count ANEW out. I do not think my heart could take it if we went to Game 5, but it would make all of these tech issues worth it. It's been a long road to get here, but they now have a firm lead, Baron in pocket, and they're going to be pushing for the first inhib of the game.
Yeah, and actually I did have my criticisms about this Lobos build because, yes, you have the 2 utility items, really cementing that this Jinx, while nigh unkillable, still doesn't really do as much damage as I would be comfortable with a primary carry threat doing. However, when you consider that Karma, Lissandra, both very artificial in their tankiness, Nautilus as well, really relying on his Aftershock, and then the fact that Sona items do kind of make Lobos really formidable as well, it's a good position to be in. The Jinx is untouchable and can 1v9 if given the opportunity.
FrostFire will stay safe at the very back here. I thought he was in trouble. I do kind of question FrostFire putting so many resources here in the mid lane. This is the
Yeah.
one lane where they don't have an inhib, so the super minions are really slowing them down. They have had a little bit of a split push. Heinke Savage bringing this lane through the bot. Him and Dean will secure the turrets, and now this will be the first actual threat for an inhib.
I mean, my main concern about that mid lane commitment was that Quas isn't side laning, but honestly, you have to be really careful about the paranoia.
Engage will take the front lines. Oh, full engage. Oh, paranoia spent, but Mike Young, can he find the target? Turret's already down. Mike Young shut down. Crescendo from Dean is perfect again. Just like that, FrostFire can't do nothing. Mike Young's already gone. I don't believe it, Ibris. 2 nights in a row, we could be going all the way to Game 5 as FrostFire bring ANEW Esports to the very limits. I did not see this coming. Nobody on the desk saw this coming. FrostFire have exceeded everyone's expectations for them, not least of all ANEW, who looked so comfy. Game 1, Game 2, well, buckle up. We're here in Game 5 now.
And we had our reservations about this team comp. A 1-3-1, difficult to execute. One single late game damage threat if they still...
Jinx bot lane fed for now 2 games in a row.
Yeah, the only redeeming factor compared to yesterday, by the way, is that the first 2 games were such blowouts that we're still on track to finish earlier than last night, even with all of the delay. 20-minute victories in game 1 and 2, though, will not be enough to stop FrostFire as they continue their way towards that reverse sweep, similar to how we saw 100 Thieves Next take yesterday's series.
I am genuinely in awe of the fact still that Jinx Sona bot lane has happened twice in a row.
Yeah. And that it worked out twice in a row.
Surely you ban it this time, right?
I think you just punish it more aggressively. Very easy to deal with, especially when it brainlessly pushes in 24/7, and yet it just felt like you were behind on the play consistently. The reason why you pick Lissandra is to neutralize the LeBlanc mid, and the issue there is that using FrostFire to neutralize the enemy mid laner denies you a lot of the proactivity and agency of having such a promising mid lane prospect in the mid lane who can just, take over the map. He holds down the LeBlanc, but he also holds himself down too.
It has been a truly wild night here at Challengers Uprising. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone in the chat who was born with us through the dating simulator, through producer Joe's entire computer and internet and side of England getting nuked by a meteor strike twice. We will be going to a break. We do have a Game 5 between ANEW and FrostFire still to come, and you won't want to miss it. ANEW Esports are somehow getting dragged all the way by a team none of us favoured at the very beginning of the day. Thank you so much for bearing with us. We'll be right back with a clean Game 5. No tech issues in sight after this.